Hi guys, I'm going to run over some tab features with you here. Some people have asked me specifically how to set certain tabs, so that's what I'm going to show you right now. In a block letter, your date and your closing should be at a 3.25 mark. So when you hit your regular tab, you'll move half an inch each time. When you space, I can see that it's a space and not a tab. A tab doesn't leave marks. A space does. So you never, ever, ever space. The reason why you don't space is because every font has a specific size for each character. So when you change your font, the spaces, which is a blank character, and different letters take up more or less space depending on the font. So if you created a letter in Calibri 11 and then you decided you wanted to change it to Times New Roman or Arial or Courier or a different font, what you spaced will not line up. So you always need to set tabs and use your tabs so that things are perfectly aligned. So specifically in a memo, your to, from, date, subject, you would definitely want to use tabs after your colon or else it's not going to line up. Any change will make it not line up. So tabs are beautiful, they're easy, they're fun to use. So you just need to understand a few little things about them. So for example, we already have our letter created. Now if we want to put a specific tab in, there's no tabs in this letter, and we haven't used tab, which means we haven't actually hit tab on our keyboard. So this makes a perfect example of what to use. So let's select right down to the end of managing partner, right down to the end of our closing, and let's put in our tab. If we hit one click on the ruler bar, you'll see a little L show up. That is the insert of a left tab. If you hover your mouse onto it, it'll tell you it's a left tab. If you needed it to be a different style tab, you would just simply double click onto the little L and your tab box will open. And then you can choose it'll be right, center, decimal, whatever it is you need. So we need a left one right now. So let's just say okay to that. Now, if we wanted to insert our tabs, you just simply go to the date and hit tab once. The tab now is set in place. There's no half an inch tabs going to override it. So you're going to go straight to the place where you put your marker. So you could do the same thing for the sincerely and the closing. And now you've turned your block letter into the setup of a modified block letter. Now, if you were doing something different, I'm trying to think of an example, say in a resume where you wanted your school on one line. So say here, for example, you wanted your school on or your name on one line and then your title to be at a different location. So if we selected that and we didn't want this left margin, which is going to move it, and we removed it. So we go to the end of our document and we open up our tab marker. So we're going to just double click it. If we wanted a right tab here and we said okay, when we position our cursor wherever we need it on that line, if we hit tab, you've now created a right tab. So what a right tab means is that things will line up to the right of the text that you've tabbed. So now it's lining up here. So everything you would enter after that will line up there. So if you said College of the North Atlantic, and then you hit your tab, you could put in the dates. So 2020 to 2022, for example. and everything after would line up. So there's your right tab. If you were using this same scenario, you got to use your imagination because I'm just making crazy scenarios here. And you want it to take out this right tab and you want it to put in a dot leader tab. So you would again double click to open up your tab box. So here's your leaders. So if you wanted a dot leader to a right tab and you said okay, now whenever there's a tab entered, you'll get dot dot dot. So this would be used in like the creating of an itinerary or a specific list. Some people would use it in memos or sorry, not memos, minutes, different things like that. So hopefully this helps clear up a little bit about the tabs and how easy they are to set. Mainly you can drag it off and drop it to eliminate a tab. Double click anywhere on the ruler bar to create a new tab. Okay, if you have any questions about this, please let me go. Take care.